Hello, encouragers. I'm Rebecca Scott, wife, mother of 4, author, and owner and designer of Rebecca Scott Designs. I'm here to encourage you, to make you feel that I can do this spirit each and every day of our awesome journeys to fulfill those many important roles. I believe we are fully equipped to execute, and I will provide you with as much knowledge and practices and systems as I can to help you understand just what I know you can do. Execute. We got this. Hello, encouragers. I want to talk to you about extraordinary effort. I was challenged with an affirmation I have been reading since January in my morning routine. It goes like this: I am just as worthy, deserving, and capable of achieving everything I want in every area of my life as any other person on earth. The only thing that separates me from the most extraordinary life I can imagine is my level of commitment to becoming the person I need to be to achieve everything I want. From this moment on, I am 100% committed to my personal development each day so that I can create and sustain the levels of success that I truly want and deserve. I commit now to schedule and follow through today with the necessary actions that will ensure that I create the extraordinary life I deserve to live. From this moment on, I give up being perfect for being authentic. I will be myself, I will love myself, and others will too. Now, this comes from Hal Elrod, and his latest book, The Miracle Equation, talks about unwavering faith plus extraordinary effort equals miracles. And it really started turning in my brain the effort, just extraordinary effort, and what would that look like? So I started writing, and I come up with a few examples of how I think this will help you in your effort in the right areas. For example, one of my seamstresses has 4 children. Every single day of the weekday, so 5 days a week, they get up for what they call Sunday school. And it happens at 6:30 a.m. They have to go to their church to the Sunday school at 6:30, Monday through Friday, no matter what. The children are 14 and under, so this also includes their 7-year-old, but they have to go to church at 6:30 for what they call Sunday school 5 days a week. Extraordinary effort equals extraordinary results. While I was shopping this winter with my husband for a bath and tub surround, I was speaking with our sales guy, and it was a Sunday. We just got out of church, and he mentioned a few things about it being Sunday, and he boldly asked me, what was the message at church about? Well, thankfully, we were able to recall it, and we shared it with him, and then he shared with us what some of his messages were. And then he mentioned his own children and the country he comes from, which is Israel, where they must memorize the Bible by the age of 7. By the age of 5, they have memorized the whole Old Testament. I was amazed by this. So I asked him, well, how do you do that? And he said they start memorizing at age 2. At 2 years old, they start memorizing. They start attending classes by age 3, and they continue to attend and memorize all the way up until the age of 16. That is extraordinary effort, which equals extraordinary results. And then it got me thinking about the military. Well, that role alone is extraordinary effort each day to meet their goals. They have no excuses. They have no downtime. They have no me time. There is no breaks. That's like extraordinary effort, which equals extraordinary results. I'm always impressed with it, especially now when we get to see a few of the shows on TV of what they go through. It's like such extraordinary effort. So what will extraordinary effort do for you? First, it will create discipline in you. You will get discipline when you are clear about where you are going and if you apply extraordinary effort. You will push yourself beyond your comfort zone. Navy SEALs are drowned at one point in their training, so they know what the feeling is like. They're not drowned to death, but they are drowned, so they know what the fluid filling up in their lungs feels like, and they know the exact bottom of how they will feel so that they know how to push themselves harder and get closer to it. Yeah. Imagine that. Makes me pause and think, but they are actually drowned, so they know what it feels like. Extraordinary effort, and then look at the extraordinary results they receive. It will form habits because you will be doing this every single day. It will set you apart. You wonder why some people get famous or get known. It's because they do extraordinary effort. It will offer you perspective on what you really can achieve. It will also give you perspective on what is now easy. Like before, when you used to complain about it, you'd be like, well, that's now easy because I know what extraordinary effort is like. That is no big deal. Like a commitment for 3 weeks when you've practiced extraordinary effort for so long will be no big deal. And you can start adding more things onto your plate because you just know what commitment looks like. Also, it will inspire others. I was so inspired when Courtney told me that about her children and how they wake up 5 days a week to go to Sunday school. The Menards guy really inspired me with the little children learning to memorize their Bibles. And military members are always inspiring to me. All well-known acts of feats were extraordinary effort. We know things didn't just fall into their lap. They had to do extraordinary effort to get the extraordinary results because they did the time, they did the energy, and they did the discipline. They set out to do the work no matter what. Think of the Olympian swimmer, Michael Phelps. I mean, his story is incredible about how much extraordinary effort he put into it to get his extraordinary results. There's loads of examples, and I'm sure you're thinking of right now, including Michael Jordan, Damian John. I recorded 3 episodes with my brother-in-law, Nathan, about his extraordinary effort to become more spiritually disciplined, then more physically disciplined, and then also more professionally disciplined to turn his life around. And I am happy to report we just attended his wedding, and he is remarried. And listen to the podcast to find out his story, you guys. It's heartbreaking, but he had his redemption and it's amazing, and he is happily married now. So make sure to check out those episodes. I have an example of extraordinary effort in my own life. I really wanted to write the book. I wrote a book. It's available on our website, equippedtoexecute.com. The book is named Equipped to Execute, Guiding Moms to Joyfully Impact Their Family and Business. I knew that I wanted this tangible book for you to read. And I also knew I had a family of 4 and wasn't sure where this was going to fit in. But I knew if I applied just the right amount of time and effort, I would get the awesome result that I wanted. And so I decided to get up at 4 a.m., 5 days a week for 6 weeks to write this book. And that's exactly what I did. Extraordinary effort equals extraordinary results. So what are the steps to do there? I mean, clearly, I hope you are inspired, but how do you implement it? Well, you know me, so it's going to be very practical steps and some ideas on how you can apply extraordinary effort to get your extraordinary results. First, you need to state your goal or your plan, or is it a habit? You need to state what it is. You got to just write it down. Then you need to plan the steps, the extraordinary effort and the discipline that it will take to reach that goal or that plan or that habit. What are the steps to get there? It might be 10 steps, it might be 20, but write these steps down and the timeline, and they should go in order. You know, if at first you just need to brainstorm and put them all over the paper, then order them, that's great. But also I want you to put deadlines on them. Like it will be completed by this date, and then you will up your time or up your goal or whatever it is. But do have the steps in order, and then also place the deadlines on them. Third, you need to picture the results in particular detail. Yeah. Like think through exactly how you will feel once you have accomplished it. Think about yourself. Think about Michael Phelps standing on the podium where his neck is so heavy with all the gold medals. What will your detailed vision be when you have accomplished this? Where will you be standing? What will you be feeling? Who will be there? I'm talking really, really awesome detail of what it will mean when you accomplish this. Fourth, I need you to gather like-minded thinkers, meaning the support of your family or friends or a coach or a mentor to hold you accountable. You need like-minded thinkers because in a little bit, I'll tell you about some of the obstacles that you may face. So in the meanwhile, you're going to want to gather some like-minded thinkers and not some naysayers and not some negative people. You need to gather like-minded thinkers, those that also want to accomplish goals and want to cheer you on. Hello, encouragers. I hope you have been enjoying our awesome website, theencouragerpodcast.com. I hope that you enjoy the resources tab where we have a lot of our PDFs for you to fill in and just brainstorm a little bit more on the practical tips I give here on the podcast. Also, check out our store. My book is available. It's a great read, especially in times of uncertainty like this. Also, our journal is available for the mothers to start journaling to their children, and not in an intimidating way. We're not talking about 2 to 3 pages. We're talking a paragraph a week to your children to just soak in what is going in on their lives that you can give it to them when they're 18 or when they're moving out. Just two really great resources for you to grab on the website is the book and also the Mother's Love Ledger. Okay, here are some obstacles you may face when you're trying for your extraordinary effort to get your extraordinary result. You might have failure in the very first week. Okay, well, you get up. This doesn't happen overnight. This is not going to happen overnight. So you just get up and you try again. People will try to hold you down. It's weird, but when you get really clear about things, some people in your life get scared because they are not clear about what it means for them when you start changing. So be clear with them about your step number 3, which was to picture the results in a very awesome, detailed manner. They will understand a little bit more. Okay, so people are trying to hold you down, but set up clearly why you are committed to it and what the results will be. Make sure that you also tell them the why. And your mind and your body will be telling you that it's impossible. Sometimes our body and our mind just rebel. And so try to match those up by talking to each one of them, being very clear about the steps, reading off the detailed description of step number 3 when you picture the results. And remember, the first 10 days are unbearable. The next 10 days are uncomfortable. And the next 10 days are habitual. Just memorize that. 10 days unbearable. 10 days uncomfortable. 10 days habitual. Side note, you may be screaming at me right now while you're listening to this. And you're saying, Becca, I couldn't possibly put any more effort into XYZ, whatever that is for you. I've been trying so hard every single day. And my challenge to you would be, I get it. I have been there. For 7 years, I worked like a mad woman to get it all done. It wasn't until I was clear on where I was going and what my goals were that were most important that I started applying extraordinary effort to those goals. Not all the goals, not all the things, but an extraordinary effort towards that one goal and that one direction. Did I see the massive results I get to enjoy today? And don't kid yourself, I'm still applying extraordinary effort so I can get extraordinary results in even new goals. But it didn't happen overnight. And yes, it was extremely uncomfortable. And I've recorded a lot of podcasts about those learning and growing curves, but it was worth it. And I will continue to set new extraordinary effort and new extraordinary results for myself. So if you are, in fact, the one that is yelling out there that I can't do this anymore and I can't put through the effort, I would challenge you that you haven't been clear enough on the goal, or you need to change goals or directions so that it's not so much of a struggle for you to get there. Let's reevaluate what it is that your goal is and how to apply the right effort to get that result that you want. P.S. Side note here. Taking my course will help you narrow down what you need to do. And I want you to ask yourself, what is the most profitable thing I can work on to accomplish my goals, and what is my why? That will help narrow the goal and help you visualize. So just ask yourself that. What is the most profitable thing I can do to accomplish my goals, and what is my why? Answer those two things. That will help narrow your goal, and then you can visualize it. Do not judge what your goal is. Sometimes we make the goal and then we judge it really quickly. Or talk yourself out of why you deserve getting it. Just go after it. Write it down and go after it. In the beginning, I couldn't even admit to people I was writing a book because I thought they would laugh me out of the room. But I knew silently that's what I wanted. So I wrote down, told like-minded thinkers about it, and then got after it. So an example of some of your goals might be you want to grow your business by X percentage or X amount of units, or you want to double your business. Well, what would that take? Let's say you want to lose 100 pounds. What are the steps you would need to do that? Maybe you want to start a nonprofit. Now, that's an awesome project. What are the steps that you need to do that? What extraordinary effort will you need to apply? Maybe you want to completely remove yourself from the field work and just do the CEO work. Well, what would that mean? What steps would you need to walk yourself out of the field work? Maybe you want to open a store. Maybe you want to start your website or take 4 weeks vacation. That actually would require an extraordinary amount of effort to free up 4 weeks for vacation. Maybe you want to write a book. What extraordinary effort will you need to apply to accomplish these goals to get extraordinary results? Remind yourself of this quote. If you are persistent, you will get it. If you are consistent, you will keep it. I believe in you. Print off our PDF on the website under the resources link to start your extraordinary effort for your extraordinary results. Let's do this. Let's put extraordinary effort to accomplish something large that even scares us. Because we know how to work hard. I know all of you guys know how to work hard. That is not the problem. But let's work purposefully and achieve what God has set before us. Until next time, encouragers, we got this. I know how you can start executing on all the things that God has equipped you to do. You can pick up my book at theencouragerpodcast.com and check out the store complete with book, journal, and the master course. Also, make sure to check out the resources tab where you'll get a hold of all the PDFs from the podcast. Thank you for tuning in, encouragers. Remember to subscribe so it's automatically on your phone. And please rate and review me. We got this, encouragers.